the county plans to spend $500,000 to reduce the risk of COVID infections by improving indoor air quality.
And a new initiative for Janesville Technical College to get more students vaccinated and reward those who already are. That's coming up on News 3 now at 10. Thank you for joining us tonight. Wisconsin's road to recovery is still going in the wrong direction. As of today, the state is averaging nearly 1,700 daily new cases of COVID and 15 deaths. By now, we know the basic ways to reduce the spread of COVID.
Hand washing, mask wearing, social distancing. But as Madeline O'Neill can tell us, another strategy is gaining traction. Maddie?
Well, being outdoors obviously reduces the risk of spread, but so does quality of ventilation inside buildings. Today, we're learning Dane County will invest more than $500,000 to improve air quality in county-owned buildings. And that's something businesses are looking into as well.
We live in that weird world right now where pathogens are on the top of everyone's mind.
In that world, the goal is to keep pathogens out of our lungs.
Dilution is one of the key things in order to help knock, this pathogen, their particulate counts down by having some type of ventilation.
Jason Phillips with Harker Heating and Cooling says the Madison HVAC company has been seeing an uptick from businesses looking to improve their indoor air quality since the pandemic began.
We have seen a really large uptick.
Some ways to do that include ionization technology.
Makes that pathogen inert so that can't attach into you and make you sick.
And ultraviolet air purification, something Dane County is investing federal dollars in as a way to improve air quality in about 20 buildings.
This ultraviolet light system helps kill viruses and other entities, in the air. That can cause problems.
Dane County Executive Joe Parisi says the more research they did, the more this technology made sense, perhaps for other buildings as well.
That's, one thing that each business is going to have to look at, what system works best for them.
Phillips says there are affordable ways for businesses to do that.
And then there's other ways that are really hard, like putting in HEPA filtration or an ultraviolet bank into a restaurant, as an example, could be a pretty costly endeavor, but you can look at maybe upgrading your filters a little bit to help reduce that risk, putting in an ionization system or doing both.
As our world evolves with the pandemic, Phillips thinks more clients will be looking toward ventilation improvements as another layer to stop the spread.
We're going to see a lot more of the indoor air quality solutions being involved in those decisions.
The CDC is promoting a layered approach to reducing exposure to coronavirus, which does include ventilation improvements. The agency says the science is still out on certain technologies like ionization systems, but recommends consulting HVAC professionals for changes that can help.
Maddie, thank you. New tonight, Blackhawk Technical College in Janesville starting a new program rewarding students who get the vaccine. The college says any current student who shows proof of full vaccination status by October 1st will receive $250. Blackhawk Tech is not requiring vaccinations for students or employees. Instead, a person's vaccination status will not be a part of a student record or personnel file. Nursing homes in Wisconsin again are experiencing a surge in COVID infections. The latest federal data shows 55 residents tested positive toward the end of August. That's the highest weekly total since January, a sign industry leaders say would impact who's allowed to visit their loved ones. With nearly 90% of nursing home residents in Wisconsin fully vaccinated, advocates say new infections are primarily breakthrough cases, with residents experiencing just mild symptoms.
The vaccine is the most effective, appropriate way to reduce hospitalizations and deaths.
One challenge for nursing homes is some employees are resisting the COVID-19 vaccine right now. 62% of staff at these facilities have received the shot. A new report today says the U.S. spent nearly $6 billion treating unvaccinated people in hospitals over just the last 3 months.
An analysis from the Kaiser Family Foundation estimates the average cost of a preventable COVID hospitalization is about $20,000. From June to August, 287,000 unvaccinated adults were hospitalized for the virus. The foundation also says these figures are likely underestimated. And new tonight, all 4 U.S. military branches have now set deadlines for COVID-19 vaccinations. The Army said in a statement today that all active duty members must be vaccinated by December 15th. National Guard soldiers have until June of next year. Navy and Marine Corps have until November 28th. And the deadline for Air Force active duty is November 2nd. 6 people who recently traveled to the U.S. after fleeing the Taliban in Afghanistan have been diagnosed with measles. One of those cases is at Fort McCoy here in Wisconsin. The person was placed in isolation, and others who were potentially exposed were quarantined and given measles vaccinations. We're also getting our first look inside at how the vetting process for Afghan refugees is working at Fort McCoy. This is new video from Fort McCoy, where refugees are completing medical screening and other medical services. The refugees are currently at 8 bases in the United States.
Turn things over to weather now. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti has our certified most accurate forecast. Gary?
Well, after a day that started out with a few showers, and then we had some sunshine, and then clouds started to move back in during the afternoon hours. It actually turned out to be a pretty nice day. There's a time lapse showing the morning sunshine, then those clouds kind of coming in during the afternoon. But as we headed towards sunset, those clouds started to break up, and now skies are mainly clear west of Madison and clearing to the east of town. Doppler track right now, free of precipitation across the state. Very quiet out there. High temperatures today made it into the middle 70s before the clouds thickened up. Right now, temperatures have dropped into the lower 60s here in Madison. A few places are already in the upper 50s. And by morning, I'm looking for low temperatures to drop to around 51 with mostly clear skies. But tomorrow should be a sunny and mild day with a high of 75. And then we'll see a warming trend as we head through the weekend. I'll tell you how warm it'll get in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. Police in Verona have a reminder for everyone. Lock your doors. 4 vehicles were stolen early yesterday morning in the Military Ridge neighborhood. 3 of those cars were stolen from a single home. They used a garage door opener in a car that was unlocked on the property. The thieves then went inside the home, stole 3 sets of keys, and then took off with those vehicles. Police say another vehicle was stolen about a block away around that same time, about 5 a.m. yesterday.
Entering someone's home is quite the violation in terms of the law, but also to somebody's sense of safety. Their home is their kingdom, and entering it makes people feel violated.
When we spoke with a couple neighbors in that area who say that though this is an extremely friendly neighborhood, it also has had problems with car thefts over the years.
Up in northwestern Wisconsin, deputies in Dunn County are trying to piece together a quadruple homicide. 4 people found dead inside an abandoned SUV in a cornfield. The initial call came in on Sunday night. Today, officers are identifying the men, all of whom are from Minnesota, ranging in age from 26 to 35. Investigators believe the location where the SUV was found was chosen at random. Right now, there is no known motive or arrest. And we're also working with officers in Beloit to get new information on the homicide investigation there from over the Labor Day weekend. Yesterday, police announced the arrest of a 15-year-old in connection. Since they are underage, police have not released any information about them other than their age. We have reached out to Beloit Police for more information, but have not heard back.
Milwaukee police investigating a shooting at a Walmart overnight. According to witnesses, 3 men were arguing over their place in line. The argument continued outside where the shooting happened. Police say a 31-year-old Milwaukee man was shot. He later showed up at a hospital. He is expected to survive. No arrests have been announced. Since the top of the hour, polls in California are officially closed in the state's recall election of Governor Gavin Newsom. Conservative talk show host Larry Elder tops 46 challengers trying to replace him. The recall election brought national Democratic support to the state. Vice President Kamala Harris last week, and then President Biden last night. Former President Trump alleged without evidence that the election was rigged because there were millions of mail-in ballots. We'll continue to follow the results as they come in. And a reminder, First Lady Dr. Jill Biden will be making a trip to Wisconsin tomorrow morning. She'll visit Marvin E. Pratt Elementary School in Milwaukee, where she'll focus on student safety as in-school learning returns. It'll be her first visit to the state since the 2020 election.
The Justice Department is tackling police reform within its own organization. Today, the DOJ released a memo announcing several reform measures for its federal law enforcement officers. That includes prohibiting the use of chokeholds unless deadly force is authorized. It also limits the use of no-knock entries. The DOJ says it has re-examined the use of such techniques, quote, in the wake of a number of recent tragedies. Well, we are still more than a week away from the beginning of fall, but it may be time to look ahead into the holiday season. Like dozens of other items, Christmas trees are still on the list of shortages throughout the pandemic. Farm owners in northern Wisconsin say the single choose and cut trees won't be hard to get your hands on, but those looking for wholesale purchases may have a problem. Last year, the early start to the season forced many wholesale buyers to scramble.
People wanting to start earlier, we saw that last year trees were selling more quickly and we've experienced a big demand for trees. Unlike any other years, I can't remember a year where we've had so many calls from wholesalers wanting to buy trees from us.
Christmas trees are planted years in advance, so experts say that factor also contributes to the shortage.
Well, some sad news to pass along tonight. Comedian and actor Norm Macdonald has died after a private, years-long battle with cancer. Best known for his run on Saturday Night Live, Macdonald died today after nearly 10 years fighting cancer. He appeared in countless TV shows and movies, often with his fellow SNL alums, including Billy Madison with Adam Sandler and The Animal with Rob Schneider. Norm Macdonald has passed away. He was 61 years old. And still ahead at 10, SpaceX prepares to launch the first ever all-civilian crew into orbit.
Plus, a look at some of the damage left behind by now tropical depression Nicholas. Stay with us.
You've got enough to think about maintaining. Good thing the 2021 Volkswagen Atlas and Atlas Cross Sport have a lower cost of maintenance than Toyota Highlander. Come into your Volkswagen dealer today and lease the spacious and refined 2021 Atlas SE Tech with 4Motion for just $449 a month.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Backed by popular demand, Hy-Vee drive-through flu shot clinics. Just follow the signs in your Hy-Vee parking lot to get your flu shot right from your car. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment or prescription is necessary. Drive-through flu shots are offered on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 7 p.m. and Saturdays 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Or get your flu shot inside your Hy-Vee pharmacy at any time with no appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, you get a 20-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver.
No one has ever reinvented mattress shopping until now. The grand opening of Slumberland Sleep Solutions, where we've simplified, uncomplicated, and laid things out for you. Start with a quick rest match to pick your basic mattress type.
You love memory foam.
I really do.
Then shop the information and rating system on each bed. Did you know you can get great back support with a soft feel? It's true, and easy to find. Mattress shopping, reinvented, only at Slumberland Furniture.
Madison Magazine's Fall Restaurant Week 2021 is here. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course lunch starting at $15 and a 3-course dinner starting at $25, featuring wine and more. Don't miss Madison Magazine's Fall Restaurant Week 2021, starting September 19th through the 24th. For participating restaurant menus and details, visit MadisonRestaurantWeek.com. Presenting sponsor, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. Supporting sponsor, E&J Gallo Winery.
What does it mean to fight for what's right? To us, it means helping accident victims get their lives back to normal again. Habish, and Rotier, we fight for what's right.
You've got enough to think about maintaining. Good thing the 2021 Volkswagen Atlas and Atlas Cross Sport have a lower cost of maintenance than Toyota Highlander. Come into your Volkswagen dealer today and lease the stylish and versatile 2021 Atlas Cross Sport SE Tech with 4Motion for just $439 a month.
Wednesday on News 3 Now this morning, we're previewing the First Lady's first trip to Wisconsin since the campaign.
We'll have more on where she's visiting and what her focus will be.
And in weather, we're helping you make a game plan ahead of rain that could impact parts of your weekend. That's tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
Welcome back. 4 space tourists are set to make history tomorrow.
For the first time ever, a group of non-professional astronauts will launch into space as part of SpaceX's Inspiration 4 mission. It is the first orbital mission in the history of spaceflight to be staffed entirely of non-astronauts. The crew features a billionaire, a cancer survivor, a geologist, and a raffle winner. They will spend 3 days free flying through Earth's orbit. Their mission is scheduled to launch from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida tomorrow, barring any weather issues. On commercial flights, the Federal Aviation Administration is dealing with a surge of unruly passengers. The FAA has opened more than 750 investigations so far this year. That's about 4 times the amount federal officials have on an annual basis. Airline crews have reported nearly 4,300 incidents this year. The majority of them involve alleged violations of a mask mandate.
Well, some good news today from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Reported shifts in prices for some industries. For instance, prices for airline tickets and car insurance actually dipped in August. Used car prices were also down last month for the first time since February. The prices for pre-owned vehicles have skyrocketed over the last 12 months. And there is more good news from the Bureau today. It says inflation is actually coming down from a 13-year high. Today, the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported August was the second straight month in which the inflation rate fell slightly.
New census data shows the pandemic caused poverty to go up in 2020. Last year, about 11.4% of Americans were living in poverty. In 2019, it was just 10.5%, the lowest level since record-keeping began in 1959. 3.3 million additional people fell below the poverty line last year, for a total of roughly 37.2 million. Amazon is hoping to hire more than 120,000 employees. The jobs are in the retailer's fulfillment and transportation operations in more than a dozen states. Both full and part-time jobs are available, and they pay more than $18 per hour on average. Warehouse labor is in short supply, so employers have had to raise wages to attract workers.
Apple released a number of new devices today, including a new iPad and Apple Watch, but the most anticipated item is, of course, the new iPhone.
We are thrilled to introduce our next generation of iPhone.
Apple CEO Tim Cook used a virtual event to show off the new iPhone 13. No major changes, but the 5G device offers a faster processor and longer battery life. There's also an updated camera that records video in cinematic mode, and the company says pictures are even sharper.
How big are iPhone sales for the company?
The iPhone is still Apple's most important product, right? It represents about half of the company's revenue.
CNET's Ian Scher says the camera has become a huge selling point for all smartphone companies. Apple's main competitor, of course, in smartphone sales is Samsung. Last month, the company revealed its latest version of the Galaxy phone that unfolds into a larger device.
Procter & Gamble is going completely green. The company is launching a new climate goal to achieve net zero greenhouse emissions by 2040. It says the move is not only for the company's own operations, but its entire supply chain. That includes zero deforestation. That is a lofty goal for a company whose core products include brands that rely heavily on wood pulp, like paper towels and Charmin toilet paper. P&G already gets nearly all its power from renewable electricity. Yellowstone saw a record number of visits in August. Today, the National Park Service says the nation's oldest national park hosted nearly 922,000 visitors last month. That's a 4.5% increase compared to August 2020. Park officials say the previous record for August was set in 2017 when people flocked there to experience a solar eclipse.
Tonight, we're also seeing some of the damage left behind by Hurricane Nicholas. The storm came ashore in Texas overnight as a Category 1 hurricane with gusts upwards of 100 miles per hour. It has weakened now to a tropical depression, but still drenching Louisiana with torrential rain, including communities that are still struggling to recover from Hurricane Ida just 2 weeks ago. And let's go to Gary for the latest on what's happening with Nicholas. Gary.
Yeah, the good news is winds are down in Nicholas. It's now a tropical depression located over southeastern Texas. Texas right now is pretty much in the clear, even though the center of circulation is right here. Most of the rain now into Louisiana and parts of Mississippi, and actually lifting northward from the Gulf Coast. Still some showers and thunderstorms toward the New Orleans area, but the heavier rain right now has lifted to the north, but there may be more bands of heavier showers and thunderstorms. Forecast from the National Hurricane Center just kind of drifts the remnants of Nicholas to the southeast or southwestern portion of Louisiana, and then just kind of fades it away by sometime early Thursday evening. But notice still rain in the forecast over much of Louisiana and into Mississippi and Florida. These are rainfall estimates over the last 5 days. You can see the Texas Gulf Coast southeast of Houston saw anywhere from about 6 to 12 inches of rain, but notice those amounts drop off pretty rapidly just north and west of Houston. So Houston right on the dividing line, and for the most part they had rain that they could handle. But parts of Louisiana, even a couple of inches that they've seen over the last few days is too much because of what happened with Ida. And there are spots, especially around Baton Rouge, that may have picked up 4 to 5 or 6 inches of rain, and more rain is on the way for that area. Perhaps another 2 to 4 inches of rain generally at some locally higher amounts. Flash flood watches are in effect for southern Louisiana, southern portions of Mississippi into southern Alabama, and parts of the Florida panhandle. You can see on Doppler track, again, the waves of heavier rain lifting to the north, but now more storms developing over the Gulf of Mexico. Those will be moving inland over the next few hours and next couple of days. And while while Nicholas continues to fall apart, there could be some possible tropical development in this mass of clouds north of the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico. This could turn into a tropical weather system. National Hurricane Center has about a 70% probability of that happening over the next 5 days. And then this area, really starting to develop, already showing signs of a circulation. That could become a tropical depression in the next day or two, and that will take it on a path through the southern portion of the Atlantic Ocean, but still quite a ways off before it would affect the U.S. mainland. And we're right at the peak of hurricane season. The peak technically is September 10th, but still high amounts of tropical storms will occur before the end of September, and then the amounts start to drop off into October and November. 3 things you need to know in our forecast. Look for sunny skies for tomorrow, Thursday, and most of the day Friday. Some thunderstorms late Friday into Friday night, maybe early Saturday morning, and then warm weather arrives with highs in the lower 80s Thursday through Saturday and upper 80s for Sunday into the early part of next week. And notice those temperatures every day for the next 10 days expected to be above normal. For tomorrow, look for a high of 75 degrees with mostly sunny skies, a mild day overall. 7 to 10 day forecast, low 80s for Thursday and Friday. Some thunderstorm chances Friday night, late Friday into Friday night, and maybe early Saturday morning. Then highs jump into the upper 80s for the early part of next week, and then drop back closer to normal for the end of next week.
The Major League postseason is quickly approaching, and the Brewers are proving to be all sorts of dangerous. We've got highlights from tonight's game coming up next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
A truck ran a red light and slammed into Liz's car.
As soon as we got out of the hospital, we called Gruber Law Offices immediately.
One call, that's all.
They were phenomenal. They got our life back on track, and I couldn't be any more happier.
The light at the end of the tunnel isn't shining so brightly for everyone. Families continue to fight for survival. Some jobs are gone forever. Bills pile up. But please know, you have not been forgotten. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
Madison Magazine's Fall Restaurant Week 2021 is here. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course lunch starting at $15 and a 3-course dinner starting at $25, featuring wine and more. Don't miss Madison Magazine's Fall Restaurant Week 2021, starting September 19th through the 24th. For participating restaurant menus and details, visit MadisonRestaurantWeek.com. Presenting sponsor, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. Supporting sponsor, E&J Gallo Winery.
Denny's now has Bennies. Not just one, but many. It's the classic Benedict's plus 2 twists, so we really must insist that you try 1, 2, or all 3 of our Bennies. See you at Denny's.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we always offer genuine value on trusted brands of quality products, which is why during our big fall sale, you know the savings will be huge on everything you need to get ready for autumn. For fall projects, get $60 instant savings on this DeWalt Drill Driver Combo Kit. Shop our selection of Carlisle specialty trailer, ATV, or wheelbarrow tires. And give lighting a boost with GE light bulbs, all 15% off.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
No more Freon for your AC. Oh no, the homeowner's called Action Man and his action team.
Call on Action Plumbing, Heating, and Electric at iwantactionnow.com.
This is Iowa. We just haven't been properly introduced. Say hello to the place where rolling hills meet slow bills, where our fields, inside and out, are always growing, and where the fun is just getting started. This is Iowa. So, when are you coming to see us?
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. One call, that's all.
The Brewers are in a prime spot lot heading into these final weeks of the regular season. The NL Central title is just within their reach as the magic number is 5. They also have the league's best road record and are riding a 5-game win streak heading into Detroit, and that series begins tonight. It's a Peralta pitcher's duel. Freddie for the Brew Crew and former Brewer Willie for the Tigers. Now, both Peraltas only allowed 2 hits over 6 innings of work, but fastball Freddie finishes the night with 9 strikeouts. The bullpen carries this duel. Josh Hader gets himself out of this jam, and this game heads to extras scoreless. After sporting blue and gold for 14 years, Ryan Braun is officially retiring. The 6-time All-Star announced his decision earlier today. Braun played his entire career in Milwaukee, which began in 2007. He went on to win National League Rookie of the Year, and from there, the rest is history. He's the Brewers' all-time home run leader, as well as a leader in almost every offensive category for the franchise. A 5-time Silver Slugger, and he took home the NL MVP in 2011. The Green Bay Packers are more than ready to learn and move on from Sunday's game against the Saints. So as they get ready for their first primetime matchup of the season, the team is focusing on getting back to work and staying resilient. Matt LaFleur got candid on Monday of how the season opener certainly humbled the team, but that game is behind them.
It's one game, and that's the beauty of the National Football League is nobody's going to feel sorry for you, and you better not feel sorry for yourself. You just got to get back to work and try to hit that reset button and you know, focus on your upcoming opponent. And I mean, you have to have a short memory in this league, both as a player and as a coach.
The men's college hockey season is just over 3 weeks away, but before it gets underway, Wisconsin will play in a scrimmage against Minnesota Duluth. That's set to take place at the Chippewa Area Ice Arena on October 3rd, just days before the Badgers' regular season begins. Wisconsin hosts Michigan Tech at the Kohl Center on October 8th for the first game of the season, and that game will mark the first one there since February 2020. As for the reigning national champions, they're just 10 days away from opening the 2021 season against Lindenwood. The latest preseason poll by USA Today has the Badger women's team on top, followed by Northeastern, Ohio State, and Minnesota Duluth. The Badgers' home opener is Saturday, October 9th against St. Cloud State. And don't forget, every Wednesday night at 10 during the season to check out the Badger Blueprint with sports director Zach Hanley and Wisconsin State Journal columnist Jim Polzine. They will break down what worked, what didn't, and what's next for Wisconsin football. We'll be right back.
At Pick and Save, every free pickup order is picked fresh and packed with care, or we'll make it right. We're fresh every day, so shop anyway. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Here's to the guy with the tree in his kitchen who can't talk right now because his elderly neighbor needs help. Here's to the generator in the middle of the street with extension cords running to 4 different houses. Here's to the countless acts of kindness that helped the Midwest recover from one of the worst storms in recorded history. You've given a whole new meaning to the term silver lining. The worst brings out our best.
Here's today's hot and perfect tip. Run in place at all times.
Don't follow extreme routines. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness. Now through September 16th, join for just $1 down, $10 a month, and cancel anytime. With tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Don't miss out. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Hurry, deal ends September 16th.
5 Madison area locations. Stop in today.
Hi, I'm Rebecca from 90 Day Fiancé.
And this was my stubborn body fat that I just couldn't get rid of. But then I went to Sonobello and they permanently removed my body fat in just one visit.
It is so intensely gratifying for one visit to make this big of a change. It's amazing.
Sonobello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It feels incredible to look down and it's flat. Thank you again, Sono Bello. I'm so happy.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-800-595-1532 or go to sonobello.com.
My dog wants a yard.
Love it.
And another dog.
Have you looked at houses yet?
Not yet.
But that's good. I learned from Summit that it's better to start with a pre-approval anyway.
Right. Yeah. You can decide how much you're comfortable paying each month and then back into your price range.
Oh, and start putting the difference between your rent and your future mortgage into savings.
With Summit Credit Union, you might be more ready than you think.
I think it's great. Summit helps people build confidence and knowledge to move forward. It's your money. Own it. Summit Credit Union.
Pick and Save delivery is always fresh because we check our produce at every stop on its journey to you. We're fresh every day, so shop anyway. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Help us collect 6,000 kids' winter coats during Coats for Kids.
News 3 Now and Channel 3000 put top stories and breaking news at your fingertips. Video alerts and forecasts. Download the Channel 3000 app today. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Finally, tonight, emergency crews spent 12 hours recovering this boat after it became trapped on some rocks off the coast of Jersey Island in the English Channel last Friday. According to RNLI Jersey, the boat collided with underwater rocks, leaving the vessel high and dry on the reef. The crew, some of whom sustained minor injuries, were picked up by a passing tour boat and taken for medical treatment. Crew were able to recover the boat later in the day when it refloated.
Oh my gosh.
Check it out. On a rising tide. Just
wow.
Lift you right up there.
Oh, that's not a good boating day.
No, that's a rough one. Gary Canalti with a final check of our forecast.
I remember crossing the English Channel, and it wasn't anything like that. It was really wavy, so the waves sort of taken the boat away there. Well, tonight things are very quiet around here. Live view from the Edgewater Skycam. Skies are clearing out nicely. Doppler track, pretty much free of precipitation. A couple of sprinkles up in northern Wisconsin, not reaching the ground. Temperatures right now very comfortable. 61 Madison, upper 50s now outside of the city, and look for low temperatures tonight to drop to the upper 40s and lower 50s. Thinking about 51 here in Madison. Lots of sunshine tomorrow with a high temperature of 75, and then those temperatures warm up to the lower 80s Thursday and Friday. Maybe some thunderstorms late Friday afternoon into Friday night, ending early Saturday morning. The weekend dry with temperatures in the upper 80s for early next week.
All right, Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.